Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show. And Papa will have to take the phone off the hook so we can film.
Turn my phone off.
The last 2 times his phone's rang near the end of the episode.
I'm sorry.
The Albert and Billy Show is sponsored by Citizens Tri-County Bank. Scotty's, the home of the Scotty Little Burger.
Scotty Burger.
Balloon. Go see Miss Judy Yates right next door to us here on Cumberland Avenue. Beyond the Basics Hair Salon, Erica Campbell, stylist, is moving to downtown Pikeville at the old State Farm Insurance building because they're moving to the bypass.
Have moved.
Yeah. Speaking of the bypass, Subway. You know, you can get breakfast at Subway now,
At
folks.
7.
At 7 o'clock. Emma Boynton and Carolyn Terry from the courthouse are sponsors. Also Marvin Smith with the Highway Department, Farm Bureau Insurance, Bilberry Insurance, and Little Mountain Video. Thanks to all of our sponsors.
I like all of our sponsors.
Yes.
Judy's got 2 pair of my pants she's working on right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's loud, isn't it? Let's do
I
this
hear it.
number here.
I hear it.
See how easy that is. The birthday. Let's see if we have any birthdays today. We had a bunch. It's still doing it. We'll wish Kathy Stanifer her birthday. Hers is on her normal filming day. Hers is Friday.
Okay.
And we know Kathy well.
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Kathy Stanifer. The birthday anniversary winners are Pat and Jerry Nelson, Pizza King, Brittany Freeman, Franz Flowers, Barbara Knowles, the Shabby Peacock, and Allie, you're going to help me with the last one. I can't say that name. Sheila.
Why didn't you ask me?
Is that Sheila Cagle? Is that
Why did you not ask me?
Well, look at it and see.
Well, no, you didn't ask
Whoever
me.
wrote that, I can't say if that's a G or an O.
Cadle.
I believe it's Sheila Cagle's what they're meaning to say, because it was her birthday.
Well, good
So
idea.
we'll say Sheila Cagle, Starling Cafe. We solved the mystery.
Well,
And for our radio listeners, because these announcements, by the time you see this on TV, these events will have done past. Pawpaw's got some that won't be passed up yet. But for the radio listeners, you got a big country breakfast this Saturday morning at the Veterans Hall.
Veterans Hall.
Biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs, hash browns, tomatoes, country ham, sausage, bacon, coffee, milk, and orange juice to drink. A modest donation per plate is requested. It'll be from 7:30 a.m. till 10 a.m. and it's sponsored by Bledsoe County Friends of the Veterans. And, well, this was June 17th, so this will be kind of on the line here.
Be a week from tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, a week from this Saturday.
So this might be upcoming for the TV viewers. It's a country breakfast at the Mount Crest Fire Hall from 6 to 10 a.m. They'll have bacon, sausage, scrambled eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, or with homemade jelly and butter, coffee, milk, and orange juice to drink. $5 a plate. All proceeds do go to the Mount Crest Fire Department.
Do you know the difference in bought jelly and homemade jelly?
Yeah, homemade's good.
Well, it's because of the reason is because of TLC.
Okay, tender love and care.
That's what goes in. Let me tell you, anything that you home can is better.
Okay. Here's some things out of the community calendar in the Bledsonian for our radio listeners as well. You can go out for a game night out at Luminary Community Center, the Luminary Community Center, this Saturday, 7 p.m. Concessions will be sold beginning at 5 p.m. It's 6 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Central Time. Come join them for fun and fellowship. Brightdale Church of God this Friday is having a turkey dinner with all the trimmings. It starts at 3 p.m. Plates will be $7. And go to Fall Creek Falls this weekend. Their summer concert series kicks off this weekend with the band Just Cumberland in concert at the amphitheater by the swimming pool. The concert will be from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30. And donations of $3 per person are suggested. And even if it rains, they'll have it because they'll have it at the rec hall if it does get rained out. So, and there's something, also, this is a unique event going on. 35th Living History Group. Reenactors, they're going to host a living history timeline focusing on the Cold War era. This event will have reenactors dressed in period uniforms along with displays, demonstrations, and a small skit. This unique event will be on June 10th, this Saturday, at the Bledsoe County Library from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. Of course, the public is welcome to attend.
How do you reenact the Cold War?
I don't know.
Everything I've ever seen is Civil War. Reenactment of the Civil War.
What is that? No, it says the Cold War, so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, the Cold War was a standoff between the communists and democracy, United States.
I guess apparently there is a
Who
way.
won? Who won?
Well, you're the history buff. You tell me.
We did.
Okay. Good deal.
Okay.
I knew that.
You want me to talk about these?
Yes, please.
I have got 3 that I wish to speak of.
He wishes to speak of.
That I want to talk about. There is to be a revival beginning tomorrow night at down in your mother's neighborhood, Lusk, Lusk Church of God of Prophecy.
This is for the radio audience as well. That
Right.
starts tomorrow.
Right, and it will go through the 11th, which will be Sunday. And they're having a revival each evening at 6 p.m. The speaker is,
He's Spencer Church of God preacher.
his name is Jason Stevens. And there'll be special singing by the old timers from
They're out
McMinnville.
of McMinnville. They've been over here before.
They want everyone to come and be blessed. If you want to find out more about it, you just call Beverly Holland at 447-3677 or Dorothy Holland at 554-4122. There is to be a Customer Appreciation Day that's to be held.
This is the phone company, Channel 18.
That's going to be Thursday, coming up Thursday. 15th.
No, it's a week away.
Be 15th. And they're going to have at the Pikeville and Dunlap offices both
Free hot
food,
dogs.
fun, and gifts from 9 to 3. That's 6 hours of free giveaways.
And free hot dogs at 12 noon, it says.
Yeah, but it's only as supplies last.
That's true. And there'll be a lot of people there.
So if I get there too quickly,
Is this the event where they have the drawing each year and like everybody and their brother comes to it?
No.
Okay.
That's in October.
Okay.
That's in October. But this is a Customer Appreciation Day by the
Well, there'll be a lot
Citizens
of people
Tri-County
there.
Bank. You're talking about the telephone office.
That's the phone office. That's not the bank. It's the phone office.
Oh, well, I didn't read that right. Well, I don't know they ever had one like
Allie,
this.
you would know. Have they had a Customer Appreciation Day before like this? She don't know.
What they have in October is where you have the annual meeting.
Okay, well, I don't know.
You elect directors and things like that. This is a Customer Appreciation Day. Like you say, you're going to have free hot dogs.
That's true.
Wow. That's nice. But they do have an office in
Dunlap.
Dunlap's not too far from Pikeville, is it?
No.
Suburb.
You're funny.
Bless people in Dunlap won't like it. Ruby, forgive me. Okay.
Hello, Ruby. One of our biggest fans.
Bledsoe County Truck and Tractor Pool. I told you I have seen t-shirts, girls wearing those t-shirts.
Really?
Yeah. It's to be held.
Wet t-shirts?
No. Kids in high school.
I'm just, oh, no, never mind. Okay.
Okay. This is to
I
be
didn't know that.
June the 24th, the tractor pool, truck and tractor.
What I was doing to let people know Allie was wanting me to say something in my mic. So I wasn't listening to you, to be honest. I just heard t-shirts and I said wet t-shirts.
You should, listen, you can't take credit for being honest. You should be.
I know.
This is to be held at the Bledsoe County Fairgrounds. The way they've got that track torn up out there for those little speeders and those little, I don't know how they're going to have, but anyway, whatever they do, they do it.
Yeah, it's a good event.
This will be on a Saturday night at 7 o'clock Central Time.
There'll be a big crowd there, Papa.
Trucks and tractors. You know, I asked you, I wonder what the tractors pull.
You did say that.
6 years and older, it costs you $10 to get in. But if you can say, I'm not 6, you get in free.
No, you have to say I'm under 6 and I'll get in free.
Yeah. But they may say,
we're not 6.
they may say, let's see,
see.
they may say, let's see your birth certificate, bud.
Well, they're strict if they do that.
You can't get a ticket in advance, But you may call Brian White or Chip Lowe. Those are two guys interested in this. 240-5533 or 645-4746. This is an event that is sponsored by the Mid-South Pullers organization.
Yeah.
So it's big time. Big time.
It is. It's a good event, and they always have a big crowd there.
And I'm sure that's the reason you have to pay $10
probably
to get in. But I believe it'll be
I've
worth it.
seen this. I don't know. Two sisters are in need of a donated vehicle. Sandy and Nancy. 448-9584. I didn't write that.
Well, you think I did?
No. Dina or Dan may have.
Two sisters.
So there you go.
They need a, well, that'd be like the movie Driving Miss Daisy, wouldn't it? Okay, what
Last week's trivia.
There we go. I knew there's something I'm supposed to do. Last week's trivia. What was the nickname of our 7th president, Andrew Jackson?
Well, the most popular nickname for him you didn't want, and that's Stonewall Jackson.
Was that the same Jackson? Was he? Did he fight in a war that's the reason he was called Stonewall? Okay, I think that's right.
It is right, but you were wanting something else.
Okay, but politically wise, he was called Old Hickory.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Because he was a tough nut.
I knew that.
Old Hickory. I have never figured out how a squirrel can get the nut out of a hickory nut.
That has to be hard to do.
Walnuts are hard to crack, but you try cracking a hickory nut, bud.
I think I'll pass.
And God bless the women that will make a hickory nut pie instead of a walnut pie or pecan pie.
It's a tough broad that can do that, isn't it?
Miss Stanford did one time.
Wow.
Question number 2. Which patriot is credited with the line, "Give me liberty or give me death"?
My lifeline knew this one, I thought.
Yeah, she did.
Hold on, give me a little.
You don't want me to give you the answer?
Yes. Wait, what? Who?
I'll go on to the next question.
Say it. I can't.
Is it Nathan Henry?
No, Patrick Henry.
Patrick
Nathan
Henry.
Hales, I regret that I have but one life to live. Okay, question number 3.
Henry, right?
Question number 3. Which actor comes to mind as you hear "Make My Day"?
Clint Eastwood.
You got that one.
Go ahead, make
Number
my day.
4. Go ahead and make my day. Josie Wales. You remember that movie?
Outlaw Josie Wales, yeah. It's a
Name-
classic.
Name the cowboy. Well, I think a lot of his were classics. He depicted
There's Miss Judy at the loon
Miss Judy at the Loom.
driving by.
Name the cowboy that referred to others as Pilgrim in some of his movies. He would say, he'd call the other person in the movie, okay,
No.
Pilgrim.
Yeah.
And he was not your
Give
regular
me-
Saturday cowboy like Roy Rogers and Gene Autry and Hopalong Cassidy and Johnny McBrown and all those.
It's John Wayne.
John Wayne. I'd say probably he did more of his movies maybe on television. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't get to see him on Saturdays. What I'm saying.
Okay.
He was not your Saturday cowboy.
Okay.
Number 4. Famed classic of yesteryear, we remember the line. Well, frankly, my dear, I don't give a hoot.
Dang
What
it.
was?
I can't remember again. The alley.
I want to know the name of the character in the.
I know,
Work.
but I did good to even come up with the actor's name.
Now I want the actor's name that portrayed him.
But I did tell you last week off the air.
Yes, you did.
And now I forgot. And Allie, my
Stand by.
literature buff, is really letting me down on these literature trivia.
Yes, I've noticed that. I've noticed that.
Clark Gable.
He was the movie actor. Who did
Okay.
Who did he portray in the work, in the classic work? The guy that said the line. The guy that said the line.
I know.
Scarlett O'Hara.
Brett
Rhett
Butler.
Butler.
And that just came. I didn't cheat. Honest
Okay,
to God.
I don't want you to cheat.
I didn't.
But you don't hear many people named Rhett. R-H-E-T-T.
No.
Rhett.
No.
Name your first son that.
There's a country singer named Rhett Akins though.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see you don't hear much. Okay, next question. Bah humbug. Who said that?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
What was the name of the work that came from?
Well, yeah, the name of it's Christmas Carol.
A Christmas Carol. Very good, Billy. Very good.
That's your favorite Christmas.
Well, that's Tiny Tim right up there that I drew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question. What was the name of the character that said bah humbug? Oh, you said it. You said it.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
Because I like that movie too. And story.
Did you? I think it's on every year.
Yeah, definitely.
You remember I told you that I went to the library every year and checked it out and read it.
Yes, yes.
And I was teaching Sunday school one day at our church, about 6 years ago now, and a couple was there from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And they listened to my presentation of the Sunday school lesson, and I referred to that fact that I did that every year.
Mm-hmm.
About 2 or 3 weeks later in the mail, I got my own brand new copy of A Christmas Carol. They sent me one.
Well, that was nice of them.
So now I read A Christmas Carol from my own book. I don't have to go to the library anymore.
Yeah.
Last question.
That was nice of them.
And you know, they came back 5 years later, which was a year ago, and I remembered them.
Really?
What popular recording artist is AKA the Man in Black?
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. You did well, Billy. You did well.
Now, if Allie will just keep her foot off that fan, I'll be doing a lot better. JT also.
We talked about it at the Senior Citizen Center.
And we talked about the Senior Center today. And thank you to the Senior Center. They invited me and Papa to be their special guest speakers today.
They invited you. You invited me.
Well, I invited you. And we had a good time.
Yeah. Got a free meal. Good free meal.
Yes. And we are looking for locations to film the show with a live audience, and they seemed more than willing to do that. So you may possibly see us from live, or not live, but from the Senior Center, an episode. We're trying to arrange to film an episode there with them as audience members, and they would be a good audience because they were today.
They were.
They asked a lot of questions, and we had a really good time.
Asked a lot of questions.
They did.
None embarrassing.
No. But it was fun. And Joanne, I think you can go to Joanne Britt's Facebook page and see pictures of it. She took pictures of us, and she said it would be on there.
I hadn't combed my hair.
I must have combed more.
I have sense.
I'm just kidding. I couldn't pass it up. But yeah, the band is returned to after school. Like I said, we talked about it the next day after the meeting. I think it was a vote of 4-3, wasn't it?
It was 4-3.
And yeah, with a 4-3 vote, this is in the Bledsonian. With a 4-3 vote, the Bledsoe County Board of Education members, an after-school only band program for the middle and high schools was created. Of course, that was on this Monday, June 5th. Let's see, we've got some quotes here. 4 of my best friends came from band, said Cameron Hankins, a 2014 graduate of Bledsoe County High School and former band member. Arts are vital to everyone. The best part of having band was that you could try it for free. 2 other members of the community spoke as well, attesting to the impact band had on themselves and their children. Larry Lively said, music matters. You have to prioritize, but I think band could not be the least essential program that you could cut.
That's Mr. Lively.
They got a picture of Larry Lively.
He's a substitute teacher at school.
Oh, is he? And his daughter works down here at the Starling Cafe when she's in on the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Another parent with a daughter currently in the band, Matt Brown, he stressed that band helped him and his children. He argued the benefits of learning music and improving critical thinking skills and cognitive learning. That's a good way to put it.
Music's important. How do you think I got my ability to sing?
Is that a trick question?
No. We had a music teacher when I was in grammar school that came around to each classroom.
We always had it too.
Did you?
Yeah. So,
they taught that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad they were able to come to some sort of resolution. I don't know if it's what they wanted, but
No, it can't be what they
it's
wanted.
not what they wanted, but it's something. It's something, and
well,
I don't know, sometimes
here
you have to take
again,
what you can get,
the only way they're going to get a band of any size at all, those kids are going to have to practice after school.
Well, the ones that
And
really
the teacher
want it will.
And the teacher that's going to work with them will have to teach after school.
I think that will not be a problem. I really don't. I think.
Well, they'll get paid.
I think
get
somebody
paid.
will step up and do that. I really do. Because it's been a big topic of conversation for the last month or so.
But you can read between the lines, or you can read the lines.
Mm-hmm.
You can see where everyone has a leg to stand on.
Yes, yes. That's what I'm saying. I guess they've come to some resolution that helps both parties.
Well, they'll vote to 4-3, you can understand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I won't say who voted for what. We're not here to do that, but it did pass 4-3. That's all that matters.
Well, Vicky was in the band. Paul was in the band.
Mm-hmm. I think we need the band. I agree.
But I think we had to buy their instruments, though.
Probably, yeah.
And all about the uniforms.
And it may have to go back to that.
Was that not what the horse show benefited? It was the band, was it not?
I don't know. Years ago.
I was thinking the horse show that was put on, and one of the largest, hugest, biggest workers in the horse show was Dr. Smith's wife, Ann.
Okay.
She was an integral cog in it, and I was thinking that was the beneficiary of all the efforts and the time and everything went on.
Probably so. Probably so.
The band.
All right. Well, that's it for our announcements and last week's trivia. We'll be back after the break for this week's trivia and some sports of all sorts for you. Right here on WUAT, AM 1110 and Channel 18, Valley TV.
Be right back.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show. And we did miss an announcement. Well, just come in actually, so go ahead, Papa.
Out at the community of Luminary Frostbite, that's a dual community.
Yes.
You go through one and you're in the other.
Mm-hmm.
They're having a yard sale and a homemade bake sale on Friday and Saturday, June the 23rd and June the 24th, from the morning of 8 to the afternoon of 2 on Friday and Saturday. That will give you 6 hours to indulge their food and their yard sale. The food will be breakfast at 8 and hot dogs at noon. A nominal fee will purchase both. Don't say how much.
Don't say how much, does it?
But if you carry some nominal money with you, you've been lucky.
Nominal.
Nominal. Yard sale items include ladies' and men's and children's clothing, any size you want, and housewares, and dishes, and videos, and music CDs, along with small appliances.
Dang.
I need to buy a toaster. I might go out there.
Well, hey, now you know where to go.
Yard sale.
And might as well get a yard sale, be a lot cheaper.
Now that will be at the Luminary.
It's at the Teresa Kaufman Community Center.
Right.
Okay.
And all the money they make on the breakfast and on the lunch at noon and on the yard sale goes to benefit their center.
Oh, that's good.
It's good. Good deal. Have you ever eaten out there?
I haven't. I don't think so.
I've been out there several times, and they have good food.
Oh,
and they're nice to you. They just can't be nice enough.
Well, that's great.
But now keep on trying. I can be satisfied.
Right.
This week's trivia.
This week's trivia.
Are you ready? Now, Adam, you may close your ears. This is sports.
We got to make a sports lover out of her yet.
Now, I want you to answer every one of these.
I'm going to do my best.
With which team do you associate the name Papa Joe?
Penn State.
Penn State, you're good. What was his last
Paterno.
name? Paterno. That's good, Billy.
Thank you.
So far, you're batting 1,000. Question number 2. With which team do you associate the name Scrappy Moore?
I don't know. This is probably before my time.
Well, yeah, you got to go back to 80 to 90 years.
Well, gee, let me think here. You know I ain't gonna know that.
Question number 3. But now, when you hear it, you probably will have heard of him.
Okay.
Question number 3. With which team do you associate the name Paul Hornung? You wouldn't know him.
Papa.
He was good, Billy.
Me like this.
He was good.
I know, but I don't know him when they're that
With
far
which
back.
team do you associate the name Darrell Royal? Now, sure you remember him.
Tell me the sport.
Football.
Darrell. Professional.
No, college.
Tennessee.
No.
Alabama.
Quit guessing.
Florida.
Next one.
Michigan.
You better get this one. With which team do you associate the name John Smoltz?
John Smokes.
You gotta remember that.
Well, what era is he from?
You would have seen him.
Tennessee.
Next
Am
question.
I wrong again?
Next question.
Tell me the sport.
Baseball. I
The
said
Atlanta Braves.
yes,
I
but
remember that now.
but I asked
I'll just remember it. Just came to me. He was a pitcher.
yes.
Yes.
I said you should have seen him.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. Question. With what team do you associate the name Kenny Stabler?
What sport?
Football.
Professional or college?
Both. He was good at both. And my next question is, what was his nickname?
Oh, well, I wish you could give that as a clue. Kenny Stabler.
You would have had to have heard of him.
Probably by his nickname, though, isn't it?
Probably. That's the reason I asked that as another question.
So you have to answer college and pro team and the nickname?
Well, that's my question. You don't have to, but if you know one or the other, that's good. I mean, that's half good.
He played for...
I'll put it this way, he was left-handed.
What was it called? Lefty Stabler?
That would be normal, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Did he play for...
You don't
the
know.
LA Rams?
No.
Or wait, they're the Raiders. No.
Now
LA Raiders. Who? Oakland Raiders.
He did. He played for the Oakland Raiders.
Oh.
You guessed out of 40 teams, you got that right.
Well, that's a little strange.
Yeah.
Well, I said the LA Rams. And then the LA Raiders. I remember them as the LA Raiders. But they're the Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders.
Okay.
But now,
I don't know how.
he played college ball for Bear.
He played for Alabama, did he? Well, see, I wouldn't remember him then.
No, you wouldn't remember when he played college, but you should remember when he played pro.
Mm-hmm. Well, the name sounds familiar.
And he was called the Snake.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't have given you that. I should wait till next week. With which team do you associate the name James Franklin? Don't tell me you don't know that one. You want to talk
football?
Yeah. You want to talk about the last 5 or 6 years?
He's all we talked about. Tennessee?
No, he's not all we talk about, but he's been on the scene in the last 5 or 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Still is.
You want pro again?
No, he's still in college, but he was at one college in the Southeastern Conference, and now he's gone to another college. And we've already mentioned that other college in our trivia today.
The Southeastern Conference school was at Tennessee.
No.
Alabama.
You don't remember James Franklin ever being coach at Tennessee?
Oh, a coach. I thought we were talking about a player.
I said, I didn't say. I said, with which team do you associate James Franklin? I didn't say what.
Well, that's why I didn't know. He coached Vanderbilt.
Correct.
Oh.
Now where is he coach?
God. They go to Michigan? I said
No,
Michigan earlier.
no, I said we already mentioned the other school in our discourse today. What school did Papa Joe come from?
He went to Penn State.
He went to
Really?
and is still there.
He's got a rebuilding.
Oh, big time, because
Yeah.
don't you know the death knell tolled pretty loudly for Penn State after Papa Joe and the other guy left the scene.
And you know, Joe Paterno passed away before he could really answer
He
all
never
those
he
questions.
never got to breathe. He never got to
No.
breathe. Nor his family.
And he didn't get to discredit anything, and that's sad.
Yep.
Because what if he didn't know about a lot of that?
Well, you'd like to think he didn't.
Well, I doubt he did know about a lot of it. He may have knew about some of it, but I don't know the extent that he knew.
I have a
I
feeling.
don't think they would come out and tell him, hey, guess what, Coach? Look what we're doing.
Well, I have a feeling with what all is going on at some of the other schools right now, Baylor and North Carolina, and some of the extent of some of this trash that gets swept under the rug, that there's a lot goes on we don't know about. Now, I'm not saying the coach doesn't know it, the chancellor doesn't know it, the students. I'm just saying a lot of it gets swept under the rug because they don't want to upset any. They don't want to rock the boat.
That's true.
Just leave well enough alone. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to lose. Let's keep our good players. Okay,
That's true. But a lot of them do that.
well, that's just our knowledge, but that's the truth. With which team do you associate the name Brett Favre?
Green Bay Packers.
Attaboy,
Finally.
I knew you'd get that. Sports of all sorts. You ready?
Sports of all sorts, yes.
The biggest thing in the sports world right now is which sport?
What? The biggest thing in the sport? What?
What is the biggest scene right now in the sports world? What is
NBA
what's
playoffs?
taking NBA playoffs? That's center stage.
Yeah.
Okay, you started out with 8 teams. You started out with 8 teams. It's down to 2. What are those 2 teams?
It's Golden State and Cleveland.
And this is getting to be repetitious. 1-1 in 15, Golden State. 1-1 in 16, Cleveland Cavaliers. Here they are at it again. And they have been...
I'm over it. I'm tired of them.
Well, they each have played 12... No, in getting to each other, they went through 3 teams. And Golden State was 12-0, and Cleveland was 12-1.
Yeah, that one loss was to the Celtics.
Okay. Celtics, are they still playing? Or are they playing marbles?
I guess it's marbles.
But now, after 2 games at Golden State, what do you think Cleveland's chances are? Game 3's tonight. Game 3's tonight.
Well, I think they're still pretty good because
They play
at Cleveland now.
Play at Cleveland.
So I think they have a good shot at tying it up, actually.
Well, last year, if memory serves me correctly, Cleveland was behind last year too.
They were.
Then they came back. They came back and won. But
as a sportscaster said on ESPN today, Golden State didn't have Kevin Durant last year either.
No.
So
and
it is a taller order.
Is he not phenomenal? You put him. But you know what's so amazing to me? You can't guard Curry because he'll come across the center line and pop a 3.
I know.
He doesn't give you time to set up a defense.
He hits some of the
He'll
crazy shots.
pop a 3 from 40 feet, not 25.
You're right. You're right.
They
Kevin
made
Durant is a big Candace Parker fan. Did you see that?
no.
And he was really slamming Gino for not. Remember when she got snubbed by the Olympics? Which we knew that was because he just didn't like her.
Because of Tennessee.
Kevin Durant spoke out on that, and he said she's the best player in the world. How can she not be on the team? And he slammed.
Correct.
And I was like, well, you go, Kevin Durant.
I like
Gino
him.
needs to be slammed.
I like him though.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant. But he has to take second place to Stephen Curry as far as scoring.
Mm-hmm.
But now
he's okay with that though, because he wants to win.
But by the same token, which one shoots the most? Stephen Curry.
Mm-hmm.
But last night, not last night, not before last, they made 18 three-pointers.
Good Lord.
18. That's a record.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'd say Cleveland will make some adjustments.
We'll try to.
I don't know that they won't be able to shut the three-point game down, but I don't know if they'll make 18 again. It'll be hard.
But in the first game, they only made 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
So in the second game, they made 20 turnovers, but still won.
Mm-hmm.
So go figure. I don't know what Cleveland can do to change the schematic at all.
I don't either, because it's going to have to be on the defensive end, and I don't know if they can.
I believe James is doing all he can do.
Yeah, he can help them out with offense all day long, but they've got to make some defensive stops.
Did you see some of the moves Curry pulled the other night? I'm telling
He's
you.
good.
Oh, he just dribbled and left them.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about faking them out of their britches. He faked them out of their britches.
Why did Tennessee not recruit him? Why did any big D1 school not recruit him is beyond me.
Because his size.
Yeah, I went to Davidson.
Davidson.
Tore it up. Tore it up.
Well, the game 3's tonight in Cleveland.
I mean, I don't think Golden State's going to sweep them. I don't think that's going to happen, but
No, I don't think they'll sweep them.
I think Golden State will. I think
they'll-
Golden State will take one of the games in Cleveland.
I do too. And then they'll go back
And
to
then they'll
Golden
go back
State.
to Golden State and win it.
I believe you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're a prognosticator.
Mm-hmm.
That sound good? You're a prognosticator.
Okay.
Football.
Okay.
The Big Orange Caravan got to Chattanooga last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. Big time. And Mr. Curry told about some of the pressing needs at UTK.
Mm-hmm.
He said, number one, we've got to win more. Isn't that marvelous that he figured that out?
Yeah.
He said, number one. But he said, number two, Neyland Stadium is will be 100 years old in 4 more years.
Okay.
So he's saying we need to do something with the stadium. So phase 1 is going to be $106 million.
Do they really need to do something with the stadium that bad?
Well,
To
that's
spend that kind of
that's
money?
just phase 1 too, Billy.
I
And
don't
part of
agree
that's
with
going to be
that.
part of that's going to be concession stands. But the big question that the Big Orange Caravan people that came to say to you why whatever's going on, they said, who's going to take Josh Dobbs' place?
Mm-hmm.
That's what Butch Jones was asked.
I don't think he has the answer to that yet, though.
Well, it is still a toss-up.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a toss-up. But according to the sports media, the hottest seat in Knoxville is Butch Jones.
Really?
The hottest seat is Butch Jones. Not Harley Warwick.
Well, should be second by Georgia.
I'm not kidding.
I know.
But
I've always said they're both on the hot seat.
yeah, but the flip side of the coin was Rick Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even know Harley Warwick was going on the caravan. It was never mentioned.
Was she on it too?
She hid in the back behind the luggage, and then she just popped out. Here I am.
Did she really like?
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, they hit it then.
No, well, they didn't tell it.
They didn't
They
promote
didn't.
it.
They did not promote it. They didn't say one thing.
I guarantee you, she didn't take any tough questions.
But I would-
Guaranteed.
This is pure hourology. I would say her seat is just as hot as Butch.
Yeah, it is.
I believe it's this year or else. And from what I
both
read,
of 'em.
well, in reading between the lines, it's all three.
No,
Rick, if
yeah.
Rick doesn't produce this year, last year 16-16 ain't gonna cut it.
Mm-hmm.
If Rick don't produce, if Holly don't produce, if Butch don't produce, I believe John Curry is a man of his word.
Yeah, I believe they're all gone.
I really do.
And the Lady Vols lost to another good player. She transferred to South Carolina. That was this morning. She was
Really?
She was injured last year as a freshman. Miss Taya Cooper. She was a point guard.
I remember that.
She was expected to really help the guard situation,
which we needed.
And now she's going. And not only is she transferring, but she's transferring to a rival. So they're going to rely heavily on freshmen next year.
So they'll be young next year. Well, back to the Caravan.
I don't agree with Rick Barnes, though. I think he's not had enough time.
Well, yeah, but still, 16-16, nobody likes that.
No, I know it's not a good record at all.
But listen, according to Robert Gillespie and Tommy Thigpen, two of the assistant coaches, they were kind of floating around behind the scenes and talking to the general citizenry of the Vol Kingdom, and they said, 17 season, 17 team, we're going to do great. That was the last word they said. We're going to do great. So we'll have to wait and see.
I hope they know what they're talking about.
But now Mark Wiedmer, in writing about the Caravan, he talked to 3 people from Pikeville and listed their names in the article. The lady's name was Jessica, and the little boy's name was Avery, and the husband's name was Chris.
Okay.
Haley, I don't know them, but he said they were from Pikeville.
Really?
And according to what how the article wound up, Curry's hiring and firing decisions after the upcoming seasons will be ultimately will define Curry's popularity with the Big Orange Nation. What he does about those 3 positions.
Because most people want him fired.
Yeah.
So he better act on it.
Okay. Baseball. Now you wanted to talk about lady basketball there just for a minute. You said that we lost one of our...
Well, yeah, I was just saying that. Yeah, that's a big blow to the Lady Vols to lose her. And they're not really going into details to why. I've heard that it's...
well, she don't want to go down with...
she was kicked off the team.
Oh, come on.
That's what they're saying. And now she's going to South Carolina.
We don't need that.
No. So that's not good. Not good at all.
Well, you'd like to think that, well, now it's rats that jump off of a sinking ship. It's not players, is it? Our coaches.
But I do think some of them are seeing the writing on the wall.
But you know what? One of the negative things about the upcoming 17 season for football, you've got 5 new coaches.
I know.
But everywhere Butch goes and every paint swath he makes with his brush, he's saying our new coaches have blended in well and we're doing fine.
Well, it's hard to believe them when they say that, though, because they're going to say that regardless.
Well, they're new at their job.
Yeah, he's not going to say, well, they're doing terrible.
Baseball.
Everybody needs to worry. He's not going to say that, so you don't know whether to believe him or not.
No.
You really don't know.
But you'd like to think that somewhere along the way, every once in a while, a new perspective, a new outlook on things. They look through rosy-colored glasses. They're not as pessimistic as I would be.
They're drinking the orange Kool-Aid.
But sometimes they do help from a new perspective. But baseball. Last night in Cincinnati, one of their players, Mr. Scooter Jennett, hit 4 home runs in a ball game.
Wow.
4 home runs. That made him number 18. 17 other players had already done that. Hit 4 home runs in one ball game. And he batted 5 times. He got to hit his other time up too. And he knocked in 10 runs. That's not bad for a day's work either.
That is great.
What's so amazing about Scooter is he's been in the majors for 5 years. He has a total of 38 home runs. In 5 years, that's less than 8 per year. 7.5 home runs a year, and he hit 4 in one game.
My gosh.
Billy, have you ever heard a player hit 4 home runs?
Not in one game, I don't think.
I have.
Have you?
I told you about it. When Carolyn was pregnant with Vicky.
Who was it? Yes, you did say that.
Lived in that little house right down here. And I got to hear a Chattanooga lookup player named Roy Halls hit 4 home runs in one game.
That's right.
And I told Jim, the one that does the music on Jim Adkins.
Oh, yeah.
I told him about it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Albert, I was at that game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, softball.
I remember that.
Oh, by the way, my Dodgers are just one game out of first place.
Who's in first in their division?
Colorado. And the Atlanta Braves, they still playing? Yeah, they're still playing.
They must be losing.
They're 24 and 32 right now. They're 12 games out of first.
Mm.
I'm one game out of first.
You are?
I'm only one game out of first.
You.
Well, my Dodgers.
Your Dodgers.
And the Chicago Cubs, I think they're tied for first.
Oh, making a comeback.
Tied for first.
And a chance.
Softball. Wound up last night.
Did it?
Finals last night.
It's already over?
Yeah. It wound up out of the 8 teams. We at the Southeastern Conference had one participant in the finals. Florida.
And Oklahoma.
And Oklahoma. Oklahoma won last year. So surely they won't win again this year, will they?
The way you're saying that, they did.
They beat Florida 2 in a row.
Really?
The first game went 17 innings.
Whoa.
But Oklahoma won. Last night's game was 5-4.
Golly, barely lost.
5-4. But Oklahoma has won the College World Series 3 out of the last 5 years.
Yeah, what do they?
That makes
there.
you think of Bear Bryant, or who took Bear Bryant's place?
Yeah,
What's his name?
Saban.
Oh yeah, Nick Saban. I couldn't remember his name.
Tennessee didn't even make it.
You talk about dominance. Dominance.
Yeah, that is. They weren't predicted to even win it this year, so
well,
they've got a good
Oklahoma was seeded number 10. Florida was seeded number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you go with?
Florida.
You go with Florida.
Tennessee came close to making the College World Series. They lost 2 heartbreakers.
It was tough.
Texas
tough.
We were saying they were too young this year. They really overachieved.
Well,
they weren't supposed to do that.
Let me tell you about Oklahoma.
Mm.
They do not have a senior on their roster that pitches. Their pitching staff has no seniors.
Did that what grade?
Well, I'm just saying they're going to be around again next year.
Mm-hmm.
They had a player.
But they hit good though too.
They hit. But they had a player that could pitch the ball 75 miles an hour. A softball.
Gosh.
Underhanded.
That's fast.
And be left-handed.
Man alive.
That ball coming at you from a lefty's
that'd be hard to
hit. And it traveling 75 miles an hour. If you touched it, it'd go out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was in Florida one year. We were on vacation, and the lady that was running the place asked for an ice cream, and up on the wall it had a picture of a softball player that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that played at Tennessee. I said, "How come you got that picture up there?" She knew her. She knew that softball player. And that particular softball player could throw the ball, I believe it was 65 miles an hour. I believe I was bringing Casey home one night down 127.
She can pitch it fast too.
Oh, we were driving and she said, "Papa, how fast are you going?" I said, "Well, honey, I don't know how fast you want me to go." She said, "Drive 45 miles an hour." And she was just in grammar school, I think. So I slowed down. I was going once for 45. I slowed down to 45. I said, "I'm doing 45 right now, honey." She said, "That's how fast I can pitch a softball." And she's just a kid.
I know. And I think she got to be.
She's in the 50s.
She can get it in the 50s.
She could get in the 50s. But boy, she was lazy. My goodness. She could have been a good softball player.
I know.
Not
she
could have
says
been.
She's going to do it again, play again, but who knows?
When she gets out of school?
No, she'll have to do it this year. This upcoming year, she might as well forget about it.
I'm hoping that I'll get to be a substitute teacher this year, this fall. And if I do so, one of my fellows that is a substitute teacher too is Miss Lively, who was on the front page of Bledsonia. Yeah. So maybe if I could get my picture on the front page of Bledsonia, they'd let me be a substitute teacher.
Well, Sandy Dotson, if you're watching, put Papa on the front page of the Bloodsonian, please.
Well, all I can do is put my name out there. That doesn't mean I get called to be a substitute teacher. But you know, Billy,
I have a feeling you will.
But what I'm getting at, if I'm going to have surgery on the 19th day of June, I won't even be able to teach a substitute teacher position when school starts.
Well, they don't start back till August, so you'll just have to see.
You think I ought to do well back to my surgery, get well in a hurry?
Well, I mean, what are you going to lift as a substitute teacher? You're just going to stand there and say, do your homework, do your classwork. I mean, it's not hard.
A pencil, how heavy is a pencil?
Not very.
A tablet, how heavy is it?
So I think you can do that.
Okay.
I think so.
Let's hope so.
And let's hope that you don't miss too many episodes of the show.
Oh, who's going to take my place?
Different people. I mean,
have you got people lined up wanting to be Albert on the Albert and Billy show?
yeah.
Hey, I got to see our
we guessed maybe 2 episodes, and we'll go from there, right?
Wow. I hope you're right.
Well, you told me this. So.
I did?
Yes.
Well, I sure don't remember it, but if you tell me I did, sounds good enough to me.
Well, we won't rush you back, but at least you won't have to do no lifting up here.
I do. I have to lift
You
Allie.
won't be doing that. No.
Allie makes me lift that camera over.
I know, we just make you do so much, I tell you, it's pitiful. So hopefully Papa will just miss 2 episodes, but we will have some guest co-hosts with me. So
Good.
keep watching and listening.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Albert and Billy Show on WUAT AM 1110 and Channel 18 Valley TV. Time for Albertology,
We're ready.
your favorite part.
Wonder why that is.
Probably because it's named after you, would be my guess.
I don't know where that came from. But I mean, the Albert I know, but Albertology.
Because you always say, well, this is just pure Albertology.
I invented it?
Yeah. Because you say it so much, we just started calling it that.
Okay. Good enough. Let me tell you what's going to happen on August the 21st.
Okay.
The reason I want to get it out in front of the public right now is so they can make plans. There will be a total solar eclipse on August the 21st. It will come through Tennessee, but there will be some strategic areas that it's going to be in the afternoon, middle of the afternoon.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah. Well,
how can we see it?
Yeah. Well, it will be completely dark, but you won't see it here. But people in Dayton can see it. Here's the cities that you can see it in: Murfreesboro, Lebanon, Cookeville, Dayton, Tennessee, Maryville, and Etowah.
But you said it's going to be in the middle of the afternoon.
Now, sun will be out shining, but
Exactly.
okay, at 2:30 in the afternoon, it will end up in the Smoky Mountains at 2:30 in the afternoon, Eastern Daylight Time. It will, and we've not had one of these since 1918. It's been 99 years since a total solar eclipse has occurred. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime deal.
Okay.
I'm saying people can make plans to go to Dayton, Tennessee, or Murfreesboro, or Cookeville, to see something like this.
What I'm saying is you would think that being in the daytime will probably take away from it a little bit, because it's not going to be pitch black dark.
It will be totally dark. There will be no sunlight.
Well, that's true. You know what I was sitting there thinking?
No.
I was thinking nighttime, and I was thinking of the moon. So I do apologize.
Whoa, dance.
No, it's been a long day, and you know it. We have not stopped. So you give me some credit.
Oh, you've not been in my shoes, bud.
But that is weird. Yeah. I mean, I know what you're saying now, but of course I've never seen one in my lifetime.
Not in mine.
And I can't imagine it. I can't.
The largest city is going to be Nashville.
So it's going to be dark in the daytime.
About 2 in the afternoon.
That's weird.
I didn't mention Nashville, but the sky will go dark for it'll only last 2 minutes. about 2 minutes.
Enough to freak you out really good.
But it begins in Clarksville just before 1:30 our time.
Okay.
And it ends in the Great Smoky Mountains at 2:30 Eastern time. So it follows a diagonal path throughout the state that goes from Nashville and it goes through Murfreesboro and, like I said, El Lebanon and Cookville.
Then we miss out.
And it ends up in Dayton, but I don't know how it ends up in the Smoky Mountains. Dayton's not.
How in the world do they predict this, honestly?
I should not have brought it up, should I?
Well, how do they predict that? That's crazy.
The reason I'm saying that is this. We won't get to see it here.
Yeah, no, you want people to go
So
to
if
town
people want to
see
see it, and here's the thing, Billy, you don't look at it with raw naked eye.
Okay.
You've got to have special glasses to observe it with.
Oh.
So you've got to wear the protective eye paraphernalia if you want to go where it will be seen and you want to see it. But you only got that tiny time frame, about 2 minutes.
So it's not very long.
No, but it is in the middle of the afternoon.
I guarantee you the news will cover it.
Do you remember a couple of weeks ago that I stated on here that the second leg of the Triple Crown, the Belmont Stakes, no, the Preakness, that over $93 million had been bet on that one horse race?
Mm-hmm.
Well, today I want to talk about those people that play with that little white ball that goes in that little round cup. What's that sport called?
Why are we talking about sports and Albertology?
Well, listen to me. Why do you talk about that little white ball and going in the little round cup? Listen.
Into a cup, I don't know.
The little round hole, it's a cup. Golf. The reason I'm bringing this up, you
gotta admit he didn't describe it very well. A cup, I'm thinking something you drink out of, Papa.
The round hole.
That one's not my fault on that one.
I bet you could follow that up.
We're on golf, okay.
The reason I did this, the payout for the Masters.
Right.
The winner got nearly $2 million.
That is so not fair.
But the payout for the finisher of the low man on the totem pole got $27,000.
Gosh.
The total payout for playing with that little white ball for that one tournament was $6 million. That's what I wanted to bring out.
That's ridiculous.
How much money? I talked about $93 million being bet on a horse race, $6 million being won on a golf tournament.
To play a leisurely sport, you get $6 million. You don't even have to be good, and you make $27,000.
Right. So you need to give up your job and take up golf.
We need to, let's go start. Let's hit the golf tour right now.
Okay. Here. Okay. There are 322 drive-in theaters still around. Did you ever attend a movie theater outdoor? You did? Where?
Dunlap, many times.
Okay, you went to. Well, there was one in Dayton.
Never made it to that one though.
Okay. I can remember kids would hide in the trunk of a car, and then when you got inside, they'd get out of the trunk. Is that dishonest?
Might be.
I didn't say I listen. I never said I ever did it.
I don't think I ever done that.
I didn't.
I'm surprised I didn't.
I was
guess
good.
I didn't think of it.
I was a good boy. But there are still 322 of them around that you can drive in and watch a movie.
That's great. I hope that never goes away completely.
Out under the stars.
I wish we had one here in Pikeville. I do.
Okay. In Nashville, there is going to be one opened up called the August Moon Drive-In. And it's a 40,000 square foot indoor space meant to make moviegoers feel like they're watching a film outdoors, thanks to a simulated starry sky and a gigantic screen. So what I'm saying is that must be pretty popular for them to come up with this idea, and you know they're going to have an outlay of a lot of money. But how about that?
I wonder, does it say when it's going to open? August?
Yeah, I think it was. No, soon to be open.
I would love to go to that. Oh yeah, it's called the August Moon.
August
Drive-In.
Moon. Okay, drive-ins were once real popular, but
Well,
they're
apparently June the 6th, see that? June the 6th is National Drive-In Movie Day.
well, that's
I
already
didn't know
been.
that.
That's already been.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Today, that's yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I didn't know there was a holiday.
have you ever been to Bonnaroo?
Unfortunately,
What is Bonnaroo?
it's a party in the fields of Nashville. No, some
Yeah.
Tennessee town, close to Nashville.
But they have
It's kind of like Woodstock of this generation.
right. It's music,
Mm-hmm.
and they come to have a good time. Don't
Absolutely.
they? It's been going on for 15 years.
That man is mega wealthy now.
Music lovers from all over the
It's in
world,
Manchester.
they come to Manchester, Tennessee to the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. It is starting tomorrow and goes through Sunday. And they have an all-star lineup. You might remember, you might know some of these. Chance the Rapper. It's not country music.
No, it's different. Different.
Well, it might be. Chance the Rapper, Lord, L-O-R-D-E,
Hello.
The Weeknd, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and
I
U2.
remember
Now, I've
Red
heard
Hot.
of U2.
Yeah, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers too. Those are both legendary rock groups.
Here's some facts about Bonnaroo. That, and like I say, it's just Manchester's not a big town.
No, that man, I'm telling you, he's
Out
smart.
on his farm, and that's what happened.
I'd let him come to my farm too if I was making that much money.
Well, last year, 45,000 people showed up on his farm
Mm-hmm.
for that music festival.
All the money he's making.
45,000 people. Heck, I charged my daughter to go to my bathroom. This Bonnaroo Music Fest is eco-friendly and gets all of its water from on-site wells. They do not use city water. He has that much water on his farm that he can furnish water for that many people. 45, you know how many times pipe would fit into that? You got
Exactly.
2,000 population of pipe.
In the town, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the event name comes from the 1974 Dr. John album, Desertively Bonnaroo. I don't remember that.
That's why he named it that. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know why he named it Bonnaroo.
I didn't either.
I just knew a man in Manchester got filthy rich off Bonnaroo.
And he's still getting richer.
Yes.
Okay, Memorial Day we just celebrated recently.
Mhm.
Last Monday in May.
Mm-hmm.
Memorial Day began as Decoration Day. You know, Judy said one reason she's so busy right now is she can't do my pants is she's busy making flowers for decorations.
That's true.
In the Bledsonia this week, I don't know how many cemeteries are having their
A lot.
annual
It's a
decoration.
lot.
Well, it was started in 1868 when the graves of Civil War soldiers were adorned with flowers.
Mm-hmm.
It was made an official United States holiday in 1971.
Okay.
Decoration Day is called Memorial Day
Took
now.
them a long time to get on the bandwagon.
Right,
didn't it?
long time. But it's the last Monday in May, and we honor those who died serving our country. There are flags that go on all the soldiers' graves out there at the cemetery,
Mhm.
and then a lot of towns have parades and everything like that. So this article, Veteran of the Month, they want to honor and thank and get to know more than 1.3 million men and women who now serve in the military.
Mhm.
We've got that many people serving in our military to defend our country.
That's great. That
1.3 million.
is.
And
God bless all of them.
16% of them are female now.
Yeah.
16%.
Mhm.
And there are chaplains, translators, medics, whatever. But most of the people, the 1.3 million people, do not consider themselves as heroes. They say the real heroes are the ones who did not come back.
That's a good way to look at it.
They
But they're still heroes too.
well,
They're all heroes. I
listen to
They are.
what some of the people say about the military life. America's daughters are just as capable of defending liberty as her sons. That's Tammy Duckworth from Illinois. Asking us, boy, this really cut me. Asking a soldier if they've killed someone is not something you should drop into casual conversation.
Oh no.
I dare say not.
Oh.
And this one, the chief warrant officer in South Korea says, we miss lots of birthdays. I've missed my wife's birthday 4 years in a row.
Yeah, they make a huge sacrifice.
This Staff Sergeant, Tony Holland, says, I had to adjust to life after the war, where violence got me through every day. But now I can name all of my daughters My Little Pony characters. He's got time with his daughter.
Exactly. That's
And
great.
Chief Warrant Officer Emily Warren says, before I joined the military, I had 3 brothers. Now I have a whole company.
Yeah.
They
That's
have
a good
camaraderie in the military, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
they do. You'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd have to.
And to further enhance kindness, we've talked about kindness almost every week.
Mm-hmm.
This little girl was 9 years old, and her name was Rachel Ritchie. And in 2013, she was just 9 years old, and she was at the community playground watching kids play. But there were some children that wanted to play on the playground and could not.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason they could not is they had physical disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't get on a swing. They couldn't get on a slide. And this upset her to see those children sitting
oh my
there.
God. Are you seeing that?
I just don't know what to say.
Well, too bad the viewers can't see that, but Carter, you need to stop and close your trunk, to say the least.
You can't close it.
No.
You got a swimming pool in the back of it.
You might be a redneck if you go through No, that was funny. I hate that you guys didn't get to see that.
Rachel, in seeing the children sitting there wishing they could swing and slide, she was very upset. She went home
Yeah, sure.
and she thought, this is not fair. I think I'll try to do something about that. So she researched playground equipment companies that made playground. She read up on the American with Disabilities Act, and she went to the community in where she lived in Kentucky. She went to the meeting of the City Fathers in Vine Grove, Kentucky, and she told them of what had happened to her at that playground, and she said, I think something ought to be done about this. And they supported her.
Good.
So she's now 13 years old. It's 4 years later. She made t-shirts and sold them, and had all kinds of little fundraisers. She has raised, in those 4 years, $100,000.
Wow.
And construction is ready to start later on this year on a playground that will be the one that can let people with disabilities have fun on.
That's great.
Thanks to one young lady that was dedicated. She had a goal. I want to do something for those children. And now what she
Good for
says,
her.
after 4 years, she said, I know I'm not only going to build this playground, but I'll be able to do almost anything I set out to do. Talk about kindness and talk about confidence. That gal's go, Tiger.
Okay, you got some
You want some stories?
jokes. Yeah, tell a few.
I
We got
for-
some time for some jokes.
I forget about
Ask
my
Marilyn
time.
makes my head hurt too much. We'll get to her next week.
I forget. Okay, this bear started running toward this fella that was just out enjoying the outdoors. And the fella ran for a tree, realizing he could not outrun a bear. But as he climbed a few feet up the tree, it was not a very tall tree, the bear started climbing too.
Uh-oh.
And as he got as far as he couldn't climb any higher. The bear's still coming. So he started praying. And
I
he
would
said,
too.
Lord, help me or help this bear.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the prayer was answered.
I'd be like, Lord, kill this bear, please.
Okay. Today, I saw an elderly man fall in a crosswalk. I jumped off my bike to help him. And as I helped him across, the light changed. I then watched across a 6-lane highway as someone stole my bike.
Oh my gosh.
So
we had
you
to tell
should
jokes today at the senior center rally that they loved it, didn't they?
Oh yeah. Well, I think they did.
They did. They did.
Okay. Jim asked his friend Tony, whom he knew to be a bit of a chauvinist, what he was buying his wife for Valentine. And he said, I got her a bag and a belt. That sounds nice, said Jim, but he was a little surprised. You must really have a sense for her taste of fashion.
Okay.
What fashion sense? Tony said, I'm just trying to get the vacuum cleaner fixed.
Shoot.
A belt and a bag.
You got time for a couple more. And then
Okay.
we'll
A boy and his mom were looking for a lost contact lens in the driveway.
Now that's a nightmare to have to do.
I have watched kids at school look for their braces through 7 bags of trash where they left it on their table, and we gave them gloves and they got to go through all the trash.
I wouldn't want them back.
One napkin at a time, one corn cob at a time. The mom found the lens, and the son said, wow, how did you see it? The mom said, you were looking for a piece of plastic. I was looking for $150.
You got that right. That's exactly right. They're not cheap.
Okay.
One more. Come on.
A photographer was invited to dinner with friends and took along a few pictures to show the lady of the house the work that he did as a photographer. He was good. Charged a lot too. She looked at the photos that he brought and she said, those are great. You must have a good camera. He didn't say anything. He went on.
That as an insult.
He went ahead and ate her meal that she presented. And after a night of entertainment and talking, he finally got ready to leave, and he said that was a delicious meal. You must have some fine pots and pans.
There you go. Wonder what she thought about that one.
That's not the kind of compliment you want.
No, but that's what she did to him.
Okay, can I tell you one more?
Sure, one more. And then we'll end it.
The teacher said, if I gave you 2 cats and 2 more cats and another 2 cats, Johnny, how many cats would you have?
2 cats, 2 more cats, and another 2 cats.
He said
Sounds
7. He said 7.
7.
The teacher said, no, now listen carefully, Johnny. If I gave you 2 cats and 2 more cats and 2 more cats, how many cats would you have? Johnny said 7. So the teacher said, let me put it to you differently. If I gave you 2 apples, and I gave you 2 more apples, and I gave you 2 more apples, how many apples would you have? He said 6.
Which is right.
Okay, you've got it. Now, how many cats would you have if I gave you 2 cats and 2 cats and 2 cats? He said 7. She said, son, how can you come up with that? He said, well, I've got a cat at home.
You know what? That's pretty slick right there. I guess that stumped her right there, didn't it? Well, those are some
How
good
many
ones.
cats have you got at home? Too many.
Too many right now. Yeah, folks, I wanted a dog. Okay, but Smokey took up with me, which that's fine. Smokey's a good cat, whatever. But Smokey was pregnant. And now she's had her babies. And so it was Smokey and 4 kittens, but I gave 2 away. So 2 down and 2 to go.
They're pretty kittens.
They really
pretty
are.
kittens.
They are.
They'd be. You might want to pay for them.
They'd be great pets.
But if you don't want to pay for them, he'll give them to you. But he will not pay you to take them.
No, not to that point yet.
No.
Well, and they will be great pets for somebody, but
They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
They are. But I'm content with just Smokey, because like I said, I want a dog, and Smokey's been around dogs, so she would be perfect for that. So. Hopefully
And
we can
you're
figure
going to
this
have
out.
Smokey worked on.
Smokey's getting her little butt fixed. Absolutely. Second Chance Pet Group, thank you guys. They're going to get Smokey fixed for me. So her days of courting boy cats are over. Well, thanks for listening on WUAT. As always, thanks for watching on Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. And Papa, this is your last episode for a couple weeks.
I'll be off for a while.
He's going to have shoulder surgery, so keep Papa in your prayers.
Yeah.
And we hope to have him back really fast, don't we, Allie?
And pray for Dr. Sanders. He's the one that's going to do the surgery.
Yeah. And me and Allie will be here, and I will have a guest co-host. And Papa will be back. Hopefully just miss two or three episodes. We're going to give that a try anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he can do it. We're not that tough on him, are we? But anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to listen and watch next week. I'll have a guest co-host with me. So keep watching and listening to the Albert and Billy Show.
See you, folks.